Gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for both soccer squads. First, for our visitors on the scoreboard this evening, the Ponies of Stillwater Area High School. Our first starter, number 1, Sydney Gritters. Number 2, Lauren Kuda. Number 4, Grace Kleppe. Number 8, Nora Wilczek. Number 9, Marissa Bonilla. Number 10, Amelia Bartosh. Number 12, Maya Notch. Number 14, Brooke Nelson. Number 17, Catherine Fredkove. Number 18, Nell Smith. And finally, number 20, Luca Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your Pony starters this evening for Stillwater, along with the rest of the players, coaches, and staff of the Stillwater Ponies High School Girls Soccer Squad. And the Ponies are coached by Mr. Mike Huber. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team in the school board. Our Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. Our first starter, number 2, Paige Johnson. Number 10, Caden Sharp. Number 13, Maria Zanotti. Number 14, Olivia Dronen. Number 15, Kate Kozabud. Number 17, Grace Bergstrom. Number 18, Haley Clem. Number 19, Ella Rice. Number 20, Elizabeth Retzer. And finally, number 22, Annie Krieg. Spuds are coached by Miss Allie Evanson with the rest of the coaches, players, and staff of the Moorhead High School Spuds Girls Soccer Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, if at this time y'all please rise and direct your attention toward the east end of the field here at Jim Goda Stadium as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let's play Minnesota High School Girls Soccer.
Welcome to Moorhead Senior High School and Jim Goda Stadium here on the campus of Moorhead High School as we have girls soccer to kick off the Spuds TV broadcast season. I'm Corey DeLorme alongside Scott Peters. And Scott, the Spuds come off a year last year, record-setting, lots of goals scored, but they graduated some high-powered offense, finishing up 10-1 last year, lost in the quarterfinals of the section, an upset to Brainerd. What are the Spuds looking to do here against the defending state champions from Stillwater?
Well, there's a lot of interesting things, I think, in this game. You talk about the Spuds, first of all. Last fall was so weird in the scheduling. They played a lot of teams that were, in terms of size, a class below them, which is why you saw some of those outrageous offensive numbers. No doubt they had a lot of good players, and a lot of them got sent off to college programs, so they lost a lot of talent. But this will be the best team that they've played in over a year. So it's a great test for them. You mentioned how good Stillwater is. And we have a new head coach for Moorhead as well. So a lot of things have changed. You know, a new head coach has only had about a week and a half to get her program implemented, to look at all these players who she really didn't know much about, and to make some teams. So I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error for the Spuds tonight, but overall a really good test just to see where this program is at, because Stillwater's going to be very good.
Well, you make a great point, Scott, in the new coach, Allie Evenson, taking over the Spuds program to see if she implements any sort of formation changes, things along those lines, as we are underway here to start this 2021 girls soccer season. Along the near side, dribbling up Paige Johnson. She'll stop, try to play it back to her defense, but it was intercepted nicely there by Maria Zanotti. Pardon me, that was Lauren Kuda for Stillwater.
One of the things we saw last year was a real good ball control offense by Moorhead under Marco Campaverde. Really disciplined, very good short passing as they've moved up the field, and we'll see how that maybe translates into this year with a new system, new head coach.
And that is one thing in soccer that is a stat that's really talked about a lot, is ball possession. Now, granted, you can have all the possession you want. If it doesn't generate scoring opportunities, it doesn't do you any good. But when you have the ball, that means your opponent doesn't. And so that is a key component to soccer, is ball control and possession. As the ponies play it along their back line, Nora Wilczek plays it up off the foot of Sydney Tweeton and out of play. So it'll be a throw in along the near side for Stillwater.
One thing you see there early on from the ponies, just passing it back amongst the defenders, finding the open area, switching the field nicely. Do a good job of ball control, as we talked about early.
Playing it back to the center back, Grace Kleppe, and she'll play it into the middle. Good one touch out wide now. Right-footed possession there by Bonilla. Plays it back for Kuda. Now just outside the penalty area. Kuda has it back, tries to play it in at the corner, and she'll cross it in off a knee and out of play. So trying to generate some offense, pressing it towards the middle of the field. I thought Moorhead had that defended pretty well.
They did, but anytime you get a cross like that, like Stillwater did, very dangerous area, goes off a knee. You never know which way that's going to go. That's exactly what Stillwater wants to create, is getting to that ball in the middle and deep.
Ella Rice plays it up from the goalkeeper position, and it'll run out of play. Stillwater will get possession. Marissa Bonilla will hand it off to Kuda. She tosses it in. Casabud for Moorhead. Played off the play. Good centering pass. Dribbles in, and Ella Rice will come out and play it. Ella Rice, the new goalkeeper for Moorhead. New to that position, but really stood out in tryouts and won the job.
Yeah, it's always tough trying to figure out who you have to replace and getting your first taste of varsity action. And she's touched the ball a couple times early. I think that's always key, to get involved in the game, kind of calm those nerves a little bit and just relax a little bit back there. But Stillwater's been doing a good job of keeping the pressure up front and keeping the play on the right side of the field so far.
Yeah, right on the edge of that attacking third, or in the attacking third, Stillwater has been playing. Moorhead with the throw in along the far side. Olivia Dronin tries to shield the defender away, but it's taken away. And now played back again along the back line. Moving it up is Kleppe. Played it into the middle, now comes out to the near side. Wilczek plays it up. Good touch there by Paige Johnson of Moorhead. Now the Spuds will look to try to get it across midfield. Again, a little bit of possession there. Johnson will play it back. She'll find the keeper, Rice. Settle it down. Surveys the field. And now she'll test the middle. Good step up there in the middle by Bartosh. Right along the edge of the penalty area. Tweeten keeping that play to the outside. Here's a chance. Ella Rice came out to challenge, but that was Luca Johnson, the junior striker for Stillwater, that had a chance and a look at the goal.
Yeah, it was a good scoring opportunity for Stillwater. And one of the things you notice, my daughter plays on the junior varsity. We noticed it then, too. It always seems like Stillwater had one extra player on the field. But you look at the age difference, too. You look at one of the starting defenders here, Paige Johnson, is a freshman for Moorhead. They've got 3 freshmen that'll play here on varsity. You don't see that on Stillwater. They've got a pretty experienced bunch up there, and we saw that with the first game earlier, too. And we'll see how that experience can play out here throughout the night.
Well, the key for Moorhead will be to try to pressure that back line of Stillwater, see if they can get them to make a mistake. But with that experience that you were talking about, Scott, it's just not likely. It's not something that you can count on happening, as the goalkeeper for Stillwater will play it up now. Sydney Gritters in goal for the Ponies. Now at midfield, bounces around a little bit. Moorhead plays it off. Haley Clem comes back to her, tries to play it up along the far side. And the Ponies take it back very calmly. Wilczek has it in that center back position. Annie Krieg was in good position there to get a foot on it, but it goes out of play, and it's Stillwater's throw. Into the middle. Tweeten tries to play a through ball, but Dronen wasn't able to get outside of that left back for Stillwater. Good step there by Fred Cove. Comes back over to Krieg. She'll play it into the middle. Here's Kossabud. Along the far side, Grace Bernstrom will play it out to Dronen. Dronen along the far sideline, doing a nice job keeping possession. Plays it back to the Spud defender, but it gets turned over. Good help out there by Zanotti. Taken back by Stillwater. Through ball. Nicely done. And the left foot. Rice gets a piece of it. Or did not. They said it went wide, so that'll be a goal kick for Moorhead.
Almost looks like there was an offsides call there, too, and that's kind of what I thought. But just based on where the linesman was and where the player received the ball, but I think they are going to let that go and go to a goal kick. That turned out to be a really good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, it looked like Marissa Bonilla maybe was in an offsides position, came back and was the first to touch it, but they will let it go. And you do see that sometimes. The assistant referee will put that flag up, but if the center official says it's basically a wash and the result is the same, they'll just let the play on. Moorhead doing a nice job defensively, helping out. Zanotti. Pardon me, yes, that was Zanotti. Tried to play it through the Ponies, but quickly put back into play. Big high cross all the way across the field. Nelson for Stillwater in possession. Plays it back to the middle. Here's Notch. And that shot goes wide.
A good throw-in play there by Stillwater. The girl who threw the ball in gets the ball back right away and had a lot of room for a nice cross right there, and that was a good scoring opportunity again for Stillwater as they switch the fields and get the ball into a dangerous position, which is right in the middle of that penalty box.
Spuds on the goal kick, trying to get away from pressure. That's something that Stillwater has done a nice job of, keeping it in that. Here's a long-range shot. Ella Rice deflects that one out of play, and we'll have our first corner kick of the evening. It will go to Stillwater.
Well, nice play by Ella Rice, and you see Stillwater not afraid to shoot from 20 yards out. They have the offensive players to do that and the offensive firepower, and right now a dangerous scoring opportunity again for Stillwater.
Here comes the right-footed cross. It's straight into the middle. Good touch in the right inside the penalty area. Pressure is still on for the Ponies. Turn and a shot. Ella Rice makes the save. That was Catherine Fred Cove on the near side who got a foot on it. Here's a good outlet punt by Rice, but quickly back defending are the Ponies. Little misplay there. Here comes Zanotti. Zanotti, probably Moorhead's most dangerous attacker. On her left foot into the penalty area. Centering pass. That one's cleared away. And Moorhead will get a chance. This will be a breakdown sports corner kick for the Spuds.
Well, you're right. Maria Zanotti is certainly the most dangerous offensive player for Moorhead. The key will be this season is who else can help her, because Olivia Watson was there last year, took a lot of pressure off. It was a lot of players could step up and put the ball in the net for Moorhead last year. Who else can help out Zanotti this year? That'll be a big question.
And Zanotti will line up to take this corner kick on her right foot. And the kick, far post into the middle, popped high into the air. No possession, and nice play there by Sydney Gritters, the keeper of Stillwater, to come out and grab that out of harm's way. Anytime that ball is bouncing around in the penalty area, the longer it goes, the more dangerous it gets, and Gritters did a nice job to take it out of trouble. All the way back along the Moorhead. Here's a turnover, taken back there by Bonilla. She'll pass it near side Johnson.
And that
one is offsides.
Yep.
Yeah, Luca Johnson just got beyond the back line of the Spuds, and so this will be a free kick for Moorhead.
Well, that's a good test for Moorhead's defense, because you can draw players off sides like that. It takes a lot of timing and communication, but if you can step up in time and not let those players beat you, you can draw them off sides, get them in an offsides position, and get those calls.
And confidence. You have to have the confidence that,
absolutely.
that all the players are on the same page, and you're going to maintain that same line, and then also that the AR is going to pick it up, which doesn't always happen.
Doesn't always happen either.
Yep.
It probably comes with a little more than just 7 or 8 days of practice. But,
right.
But that's something that it's a good sign early on.
And the Spuds defend that one well, as Johnson along the far side wasn't able to put that one on frame, and so a goal kick now coming for the Spuds. Getting it started along the far side. Bernstrom plays it off of Stillwater, and that'll be a throw-in for the Spuds. Grace Bernstrom, junior defender for Moorhead, will put it in play, kept in by the Ponies. Nice play along the far side there by Amelia Bartosh. Now into the middle. Good shoulder there by Johnson of Moorhead.
Absolutely. It's nice to see the aggressiveness starting to come out here a little bit for Moorhead on the defensive end.
Great recognition there by Cassabud. She connects with Annie Krieg. Krieg still with possession, tries to outrun the defender, Wilczek. Left-footed and bounces it off of Wilczek, and so the Spuds earn a corner kick off a nice play that started way back in their defending third, and this will be a breakdown sports corner kick for the Spuds.
Yeah, good run there by Krieg. She did couple hesitation steps to get the defender at least a little bit of a room there to try the cross. Defender just deflected it, but it's a good scoring opportunity again for the Spuds.
Here comes Zanotti with the corner kick. Again into the center, high into the air, and that one is off of Stillwater, off the defender, and so in short succession here, the Spuds have tallied up 3 corner kicks, and this will be a breakdown sports opportunity here for the Spuds.
You look at how Stillwater lines up defensively for this corner kick, and they've got a lot of players packed into a small area. They're not going to allow anything easy here. But on the Spuds side, all you need is a little deflection. You just never know. The Spuds have some players set up deep. Just never know in these plays.
Left-footed kick comes high into the penalty area. Kick back out. Here's Johnson. She tries to put it back in, and that is offsides. Flag goes up along the far side. Zanotti, that was, like you were talking about, Scott, that was a veteran play there by the Stillwater defensive line to push up, putting Zanotti offsides.
Yeah, you could hear them step, step, step. They were yelling, and they moved up quickly, and they caught Zanotti behind them.
Yeah, very impressive. Now into the middle of the field. Cassabud had it for a moment, bounces up around the air. Nelson chases it down for Stillwater, but Cassabud gets it back, plays it back to Bernstrom. She has that one deflect off of Nelson. And out of play off of Moorhead, so a throw-in now for the Ponies. On the far side, Nell Smith will retrieve it for Stillwater.
Much better last few minutes for the Spuds. It seems like they've settled in a little bit, getting their passes more on target, kind of controlling it when they have possession. Just seems like they've picked up a little bit of confidence that, we can play with these girls, and let's go out there and do that. I'm sure it's a little bit, eyes wide open when you to see a team coming in like this with the resume that Stillwater has had over the last year plus. But the Spuds have been up to the task so far.
Lauren Kuda bringing it up the near sideline. Defended well there by Johnson, and it did deflect off of Kuda last, and so nice defensive work there by Paige Johnson, the freshman.
Yeah, Paige Johnson, I believe this is her second year playing varsity, or at least to some degree. Not a big player, but boy, she can play physical. She's done a nice job in some tough situations early on in this game.
Well, we saw her with a nice shoulder-to-shoulder tackle, and here defending that one well and earned a throw-in, but the Ponies had possession a little bit. The Spuds have done well in short, small spaces, little short passes, but Stillwater certainly probably with the better of possession to this point. They'll play it, trying to connect in the on the strike there was Bonilla, but not able to put a back heel on it, and now Rice will punt it away for the Spuds. To the middle of the field, Wilczek got a shin on it. And that foul called on the Spuds. A little bit of a dangerous play. First foul for either team.
Yeah, refs have let a lot of stuff go, and a lot of it can be a physical game and not be, a penalty-filled game. But that one right there was a little forearm to the back is kind of dangerous.
Spuds defense able to push it out, but the Ponies maintained possession. Coming near side, trying to come back to the ball. Bonilla got a piece of it. Here's Kuda to Bonilla. Challenged there by Johnson. Krieg was there to help out. Knocks it out of play, throwing in, restart quickly here for the Ponies. There's a good ball. Bonilla, good step there by Johnson. And Rice sweeps it off to the side. Bernstrom will gather it up, and she'll just play it out the sideline. Give Stillwater the throw in. Restarting, plays it in there for Maya Notch. There's another good step by Casabud. Here's Zanotti. Hustling up to help out is Haley Clem. Pardon me, that's Caden Sharp. Caden Sharp streaking up the middle of the field, but defended well by Wilczek.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Zanotti saw the opportunity for a 2-on-1 there, but Sharp did a really good job to catch up to the play and give some help for Zanotti. Like we said, Zanotti's going to need some help, but I think defensively that was played very well by Stillwater.
But the Spuds earn a corner kick, so the Breakdown Sports corner kick opportunity here for the Spuds. Annie Krieg will take the left-footed kick on the far side. Here's the service into the middle, headed away there by Bartosh. Zanotti settles it down, tries to put it back in the penalty area. Gritters scoops that one up and will possess now for Stillwater.
Boy, nice job defensively again for Stillwater. As soon as that ball was cleared, their whole defensive unit was out of that penalty box and beyond.
Yeah, that's great coaching and great execution there by the Ponies.
Well, and it comes with playing together as a unit, too. I mean, I'm sure they have a couple of new girls on there, but that's how their system is run. I'm sure that's how they play it up through the JV ranks, and, they know what to do. And that, again, it just comes with playing with one another and getting used to teammates. And the Spuds will learn that as well, and they'll figure that out once we get into the season here.
Good steal there by Johnson. She keeps it in along the near side. Tries a through ball. That's off the foot of Retzer for Moorhead and played out for a Stillwater throw-in. Lauren Kuda for the Ponies to throw it in. Throws it into the edge of the penalty area. Cleared out by the Spuds. Sharp just plays it out towards midfield. Gathered up now by Wilczek. She'll play it across along their back line. Kleppe hustling to keep it in, but it just does run out, and the Spuds will have a throw in along the far side. Grace Berstrom steps up to take it. Olivia Dronin nearly had possession for the Spuds. Taken back by Stillwater. There's a nice through ball to Johnson. Tries to turn it back to the middle. Spuds have defensive position, and Johnson will clear it out. Settled back in and possessed there by Notch. She sends it into the penalty area. Bernstrom hustling back, defending well. A little turn and shoot there along the far side. Brooke Nelson did a nice job to quickly turn and put one on net. Ella Rice makes another save for the Spuds.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Nelson. Just to get something, do a 180 there and get a good shot on net. And they might have caught Rice off guard a little bit, but she was in the right spot, got a hand on it, stopped it, and took possession of it.
Spuds trying to settle it. Little more aggressive play there by Johnson to get possession. Here's an opportunity. The shot. Rice with the save. Still in the penalty area. Right-footed shot. That one's just off the bar from about 25 yards out.
Boy, two
Luka
really,
Johnson, yeah.
really good shots there by Stillwater. And Rice did a great job to get that first one, but gave up a rebound there. And those are things that are going to come as the more she plays. It's a lot of it's instinct with the goalie position that you just want to deflect it, but really want to see if you can start catching those and then turn it over so that Moorhead actually gets possession of those. That other shot by Johnson was right off the crossbar. You're right. I mean, Rice wouldn't have had a chance at that, and thankfully skims off the crossbar and out.
Cassabud with a aggressive tackle there to clear the ball away. And now the Spuds let it run out. It'll be Stillwater throw-in. So the Ponies still generating plenty of offense here. Nothing into the back of the net so far. 0-0, 20 minutes in. Defended there by Bernstrom. Out to Dronin. Dronin keeping possession, but nice play along the far side there by Nell Smith. Spuds try to push it upfield. There's Kleppy. She'll play it out near side. Not able to connect there with Kuda. And the Spuds will have a throw-in. Johnson quickly restarts. Kuda gets ahead on it. Zanotti. Little flick over her head. Sharp tried to play it. It's taken back there by Notch. Notch with a through ball. Running on is Nelson. On her left foot. She'll cross it. Ella Rice traps it and stops it.
A nice opportunity there for Stillwater. Nice through ball. Moorhead got caught with actually a couple Stillwater offensive players been able to sneak behind them and get in, but they did a good job to recover, and Rice made a good save and jumped on that loose ball.
Rice with a good punt, trying to flip the field here, give the Spuds an opportunity to push things offensively. Cassabud will turn it around, play Bernstrom. Bernstrom back to Cassabud. In the middle, she plays it up to Zanotti, a little one-touch to the outside. Headed back to the middle by Stillwater. Good hustle back. This one will roll in on Ella Rice, and the goalkeeper scoops it up.
Trying to play that through ball again. Paige Johnson doing a nice job sticking with the offensive player.
And that's that offsides play we were talking about earlier with Marissa Bonilla. There, she wasn't quick enough on that restart to get back in an onside position, and so the first one to touch, and the offsides is called. So the Spuds will have a free kick here. And Clem will play it back to the keeper, Rice. Rice will push it up the far side, trying to connect there with Dronin, but it'll run out of play. Stillwater to throw it in. On the far side, Bernstrom defends well. Here's Dronin with an opportunity. Back to Bernstrom. Tried to play it up. Bounces around. Nelson is there for the Ponies. Now playing it back. Here's Bartosh. Good through ball off of Johnson. Gets all the way to Bonilla, and she shoots far corner, and that's a good goal for the Ponies. So just like that, they're able to capitalize on a little bit of a broken play. That Johnson got a piece of it, but it got all the way through to Bonilla. She put it in the far corner, and it's 1-0 Stillwater.
Yeah, Paige Johnson got a piece of that one, but this soccer's so much different on artificial turf than it is on grass. When Paige Johnson got a piece of that, the ball was spinning. And I think Bonilla recognized that and where it was going to go, because it takes funny bounces when it gets a spin like that. And it spun right to her, and she had a great opportunity. And basically one half of the net was open for her.
So in the 24th minute, Bonilla puts Stillwater on the board, and we're underway again. Kuda will play it far side. Settled. Kleppe plays it into the middle. Collected there by Fred Cove. Spuds try to take it back. They battle for it. Isabella Watsky had it for a moment. Ponies take it back. Bonilla plays it out. There's Kuda. Tried a little give and go there, but not on the same page as Fred Cove played it into an empty area. Johnson steps up and gets a piece of that one. Here's Casabud. Lays it off now for, that was Clem. Far side Dronin. Dronin will catch up to that one. She keeps it in, but just able to get it around the defender. Gathered up now by Kleppe. She'll play it back to Gritters. The keeper will come near side. Will check with it for Stillwater. She plays it up the sideline, but that'll run out. The Spuds will have a throw-in in their attacking third. Restarting quickly into Zanotti. Zanotti plays it back for Tweeten and sent right out by Kuda. Zanotti will now throw it in, plays it into the middle. Settled. That was Watsky. And now Stillwater will bring in a couple of substitutions. Mara Christensen comes in, as does Cassie Wells.
Stillwater doing a really good job of just simple one-touch passing. And in order to do that, you've got to have teammates without the ball constantly moving as well. And they have been doing that. So they're finding the open player with just one simple touch, even in crowded areas just like that.
And here's a chance now for Johnson. She's in an onside position, now into the penalty area. A shot, Ella Rice, I believe, got a piece of that. And so, indeed, it will be a corner kick now for Stillwater.
Yeah, just like we were talking about. Crowded area, 70 yards away, just a couple of one-touch passes, and it sprung a player for a pseudo breakaway, I guess. But Rice did a good job of just at least getting a piece of that and deflecting it and getting it out of harm's danger, or harm's way for now.
Well, and Elizabeth Retzer did a nice job, just enough defensively to keep her to the outside. Here's the cross in, off a player, bouncing around, now cleared away by Bernstrom. Zanotti hustling back for possession. Here's Stillwater. They'll put it back in the penalty area, but Rice is there. He'll gather it up for the Spuds.
And there was a nice job of the Spuds defense clearing that penalty box after that corner kick. Stillwater didn't have an opportunity to keep players in there for that pass when that pass came back in.
Kleppe will play it back for Gritters as the Spuds were putting a little bit of pressure on the Stillwater defense. Casabud off her head. Settled there by Retzer. Taken away by Bonilla. Hustling over to help out. And here's a shot. Big save by Rice. That one was destined for the top corner left side. And Rice got enough of it. It'll be a corner kick for Stillwater.
Yeah, again, Rice able to get a hand on that and keep that out of the back of the net. But good pressure again by Stillwater. And they're not afraid to shoot from 10, 20 yards out and put it on net. They've done a good job of that, but Rice has hung in there pretty well.
Third corner kick now for the Ponies as they line up on the top of the penalty area. Curling in. That one is off a Spud player. Still in the penalty area. Cleared out now. Zanotti had a piece of it, but taken away nicely there by Kuda. Trying to be put that right back in as Kleppe. Into the middle. Possessed there by Wells. She tries to go far side. Spuds clear it out. Tweeten near side. Looking to connect there with Watsky. That one is off Kuda, and so the Spuds will have a throw in. Johnson comes up to put it back into play.
Well, Johnson did a nice job defensively right before there. Stillwater thought they had a breakaway there with Bonilla, but Johnson came around the backside and stepped up and cleared that ball away. She's had herself a really nice game so far.
This through ball rolls into Rice, and she'll punt it, kick it away. Casabud gets possession and puts it back to the defensive line. Kleppe near side. Will check. Pressured by Zanotti. Zanotti gets it to bank off of her. This will be a throw in for the Spuds. Zanotti restarting quickly. Trying to connect there with Tweeten. Stillwater takes it back, and they'll push it right back to Johnson. Here's Bonilla. Bonilla with advantage. Plays it off her knees. Got Johnson in the middle. Bonilla's cross goes into the penalty area. Cleared away there by Retzer. It'll be a throw-in for Stillwater.
And Retzer just getting that one out of the penalty box, too. You're taught at a young age, if it's in there, just get it out, but off to the side. Don't keep it in the middle for any longer than you have to. Get that ball out to the side. Even if it's out of bounds, you'd much rather have a team start right here with a throw-in than to deal with it more in the middle of that penalty box.
And Stillwater will bring in some substitutions. We'll try to get those for you. Grace Schwach will throw it in. She gets it into the penalty area, connects there with Bonilla, played back out, and volleyed in. Rice comes out and gathers it up for the Spuds. Rice certainly been busy in her first goalkeeping duty here for the Spuds. Punt high into the air. Settled down in the middle by Stillwater, taken there by Wells. Stepping up for the Spuds is Clem. Now back into the middle. Here's Watsky. Watsky has help to the outside. That's Stordahl. Tries to get around the defense, but played very well there by Wilczek. And quickly sent back up. Johnson trying to maintain possession or position. Here's Bonilla on her left foot. Here's the shot, and that one's off the bar. Rice is there. She's able to keep it out of the goal. Still in danger. Here's a shot, and that one goes wide.
Wow, quite an opportunity there for Stillwater. A great left-footed shot to get that possession really started there for Bonilla. Went off the crossbar. Rice did a good job of following it, not giving up on it, and that went basically straight up and came right back down. And Rice was in a battle with another player there and kept that out of the net.
Rice has had really good awareness, though. I mean, even that follow-up shot by Catherine Fredkove wasn't that far wide, but she had presence of mind to let that one go out and get the goal kick for the Spuds. So the Ponies continuing to put on offensive pressure. Rice has done well to keep this a 1-0 advantage here for Stillwater. Playing it to the outside, little inside-outside game here for the Ponies. They get into the penalty area. Bodied off the play there was Johnson as Fredkove had position. Last touched here by the Spuds, and so corner kicks have now evened up at 4 apiece.
On these corner kicks, the Spuds have everybody in the penalty box except Zanotti. She is standing out at the 25-yard line, creeping in a little bit, but she's the only one in there not defending.
Christensen sends the service into the penalty area, a little deep. The Ponies were creeping towards the middle, and that kind of overflew everybody. There was a little touch, but Spuds will have a throw-in along the far side. Grace Bernstrom will put it into play as the Spuds are making a substitution now. Caden Sharp will come back in for the Spuds. And here's Bernstrom on the throw-in, connecting there with Tweeten. She tried to play it up the sideline, but the Ponies were there to take it back. Good defensive position there by Stillwater. Kleppe goes through the feet of Wilczek, but she's able to catch up to it. Keeps it in play. Plays it up the sideline. Zanotti comes over to help out. She's got possession now for the Spuds. Plays it into the middle. Little Watsky, who is pressured immediately, and now playing out to the near side. Sharp, a little give and go there with Stordahl. She'll catch up to it on the near side. Turns it back to the middle. Stepping up for Stillwater. And now Johnson sends it back. Zanotti had it for a moment. There's a one-touch to the middle. Stepping up was Casabud. That is off Stillwater. It'll be a Moorhead throw.
Let's see if the Spuds can, with 7 minutes, a little over 7 minutes to go, can put up a little pressure here offensively and keep the ball on that side of the field for a while. They had a good run there for a while. It seems like Stillwater had kind of regained control of the game. Let's see if the Spuds can close out here this first half with some good offensive pressure and control.
Well, the defense has been so good for Stillwater,
Yeah.
but maybe what has been more impressive is the transition. Now, nearly another opportunity there, but just a stride. We had a really good vantage point of that one, just a stride ahead of the play. It was close, but it was an offsides call, and so the Spuds will have a free kick right around the 30-yard line. They'll restart from further back, which is okay. And here comes Caden Sharp. Plays it along the far side, one touch to the middle. Possessed and taken there by Watsky. She tried to play drone into the outside. Kleppe will play it back for the goalkeeper, Gritters. She'll push it up. Sharp heads it for Watsky. Watsky with the turn in the middle. Plays it for Sharp and now back. Good step there, but a little unlucky by the Spud defense, but taken back there by Alceums. This is a good through ball. Christensen on her left foot into the penalty area. Cross. Ella Rice comes out and cuts it down.
And that's where Rice is getting some more confidence, coming out and being aggressive and grabbing that ball as it heads across the center of the penalty box. Look at the Ponies' defense here. You know, just a couple minutes earlier, Watsky got past a defender, but the one thing I think Ponies are so good at is recovering defensively. They can get a player behind them, but they've either got another teammate or that same player can just catch up and recover so quickly. It's making it so hard for Moorhead offensively.
Well, and the offensive runs, too, for Stillwater are so precise. You know, they're running at angles, opening things up for those through balls, and the Ponies are very disciplined that way as they keep their offensive attack going.
They're finding a lot of space as we see a Spud throw in there. A lot of space for those breakaways. They've spread themselves out, you know, both vertically and horizontally on the field, and they're creating just a lot of open opportunities for those through balls, like we mentioned. A couple of them are offsides, and I think they're fine with that. They'll take that, but they're going to, you know, they keep hammering on those, and they're going to find a couple of really good scoring chances.
Well, you're right, Scott. I think a couple of offsides are okay because you're testing the line, you know, and we haven't seen the Spuds able to do that. But for the most part, you know, they're sending a single striker up top, whereas Stillwater has two, sometimes three, pressuring the play. Here's Ella Rice, and she'll play it off to the side. A little bit of a missed kick there, but it'll be a throw-in for Stillwater along the far side.
Well, again, it keeps it off to the side, out of the dangerous area, but Stillwater's done a good job of getting the ball turned around back into that penalty box like this.
Just off the header there on the near side and played out. Running on here, winning the race is Schwach for Stillwater. Plays it into the middle for Wells. Turned around, Lauren Wilhouse. Now it'll come back to the back line. Here's Kleppe. She plays it up the middle. Connect there with Bonilla. Now back to the outside for Wilhouse. On the far side, Christensen puts it in the middle. Here's a shot and a stop. Rebound is there. Rice pounces on it to take it out of danger.
Wow, great save there by Rice, and another great job to pounce on that rebound, like you said. It's like instinct, just stopping it with your foot. That's where the shot was. She made the initial save, and she's become a lot more aggressive now and jumping on that loose ball.
Here's possession and a shot. This one will go into the side of the net, and after all of the great saves that Rice had made, caught a little bit out of position there, and that's those long-range shots. And I'm not sure. I think that was Fred Cove that took that shot, possibly.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that one, again, was one from a distance out, and you could tell by Rice's reaction as she looked back that she thought she was in position that one might go wide, but she caught herself about 10 yards out of the goal, off the goal line there, and just didn't have a chance to get that one.
17, Catherine Fredko makes it 2-0 Stillwater.
So it's been the deep shots really that have found the back of the net so far for Stillwater. They've done, you know, tried a lot of breakaways like they're trying maybe right here, but it's those deep shots that have found the back of the net so far in this first half.
Here's Bonilla trying it again, play it outside. Alceums tried to keep it in. It did just get over the line. Assistant referee right on top of that play, saw it go out, And so the Spuds will have a throw in here. Paige Johnson, pardon me, that's, with ponytails, it's sometimes hard to see numbers. Okay, that is Alexis Olderbach, and kept in along the near side by Schwach. Spuds take it back. Here's Casabud, cutting it back to the middle. Intercepted there by Stillwater. Bonilla has it on her foot. Right-footed kick, and off the far post and in. Rice had no chance at that. Just a well-positioned shot. And here in the 38th minute, the Stillwater Ponies extend their lead to 3-0.
Well, again, that was a situation where I think Rice got a little too far to the near side, leaving half that net open, and again, looking behind her and kind of throwing her head up like she knew she should have been in a different spot. But again, it's a learning experience. To know where to be instinctively when the ball is at different spots throughout the field is not easy to do, and the Ponies are certainly not making it easy as well, as they are on target with their shots.
So Bonilla gets her second goal, and it's now 3-0.
Stillwater Ponies. Time of that goal, 1:49 remaining of the first half of play.
Ella Rice will punt it upfield for the Spuds. The Ponies in position to take it back. Playing it towards the middle, Will House puts it high into the air, settled down. Bonilla had a touch on it. Comes back to the middle for Fred Cove. And now touched away by Watsky for Moorhead. Good touch there by Casabud. Played upfield. Possessed. Wilczek. She tries to send it forward. Intercepted there by Tibiatowski. Zanotti tries a touch to the outside. Kept in on the near side there by Schwach, and she'll play it back to Gritters. Gritters' left-footed kick into the middle. Taken back, Tibiatowski settles it down. Bonilla gets it back, and she'll send a run, but just again a stride off sides. That was Estelle Alciams, and she was just a half a step early.
Yeah, just a little bit. She was right at the 40-yard line, and if waited just an extra half a second or so, Stillwater's going to keep trying that, and they've got the runners and the offensive players to do it, but just a step off sides.
And that'll run things out here in the first half. So the Spuds kept it close. No scoring in that first part of the first half, but in the 24th minute, it was Marissa Bonilla got Stillwater on the board 1-0, and then in the 37th minute, it was Catherine Fredkove who got on the board for Stillwater, made it 2-0, and then Bonilla followed up with her second of the game, and we go into halftime with Stillwater leading on the Burt's Truck Equipment scoreboard 3-0.
Talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are the Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are the Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
All right, welcome back to Moorhead Senior High School, Jim Goda Stadium, getting ready for the second half of girls soccer. This is the opening match for both teams. Stillwater coming off a state championship last year where they went 13-0-1, defeating Eastridge 2-0 in the championship game to claim the state title. The Spuds went 10-1, a very good season, but fell in the quarterfinals to Brainerd 1-0, and come into this season looking to expand on some success last year and also figure out some new players and some new scoring sources. As Scott, you talked about earlier, Maria Zanotti, really the only proven threat the Spuds have up front right now.
Yeah, and she's kind of alone so far in this game in that aspect as well. They haven't had a whole lot of offensive punch, but you know, for the Spuds, it's not a bad first half. There was 2 goals within the last, 3-4 minutes, give or take. Otherwise, they did a pretty good job against a very good team. So hopefully they can take some confidence from that. You saw at the end of the half maybe some heads down that, that those 2 got in late. But, overall it was a pretty good half for the Spuds against a very good team.
Well, the Ponies looking to attack right away. Catherine Fredkove tried to send a through ball along the far side to Bonilla. It runs out, and the Spuds will have a throw in early. Here's Johnson getting things started, plays it in there for Krieg. Bounces out to the middle, headed back there by Notch. Into the middle, bounces around there. Johnson sends it back. Here's Fredkove with a shot. Ella Rice knocks it down, and she'll gather it up. Ella Rice making her first varsity start in goal. has played very well against this very potent and difficult Stillwater team. Bounces high, battled for it along the near side. Dronin and Smith now into the middle, knocked down there by Tweeten. Comes right back to Bartosh. She'll play it out to the far side. Bouncing around, stepping through is Bartosh, and she'll play it forward. Johnson will step, send it into the middle, taken back there by, that was Maya Notch. Tweeten will try to play it through the back line, but knocked down nicely there by Kleppe. And she'll send it forward. That's off the foot of Johnson. Goes back to the outside. Bonilla tries to chase it down. She can't get to it, and the Spuds will have a throw-in.
Yeah, Spud's trying to play a little through ball there for Zanotti, but Zanotti's the only one up there, and really on that play she was against 3 different defenders, so that was defended pretty well for Stillwater.
And that's kind of been the formation so far for the Spuds, is just that one striker up on top. And so I think the idea is to get that ball out wide and allow some additional help from the midfield. And Stillwater has just played so well defensively that hasn't been able to happen.
Right. And it puts a lot of pressure on the midfielders for the Spuds, because instinctively they want to come back and help defensively. And when there's an offensive opportunity, they got to switch gears and get down on the field right away. So that puts a lot of pressure on them. It's exhausting for the midfielders, for one. But, yeah, they end up doing an awful lot of running and trying to be in 2 places at the same time.
Well, and looking at how good Stillwater is in transition, too, you really have to be aware with where you're at on the field. So you're right, those midfielders put a big job ahead of them here in the second half. Taken back there by Stillwater. Good touch. Here's Fred Cove. Her shot goes wide. Again, long-range shot, not afraid. Probably 10 yards beyond the penalty area. And sending that one wide. It'll be a goal kick here for the Spuds.
And I'm sure that was something that was talked about at halftime for the Spuds, is how to defend those longer shots. Again, midfielders. How to defend those breakaways. Well, you need help from the midfield to not allow that pass through. So midfielders, a lot of pressure is being put on them right now, because it's really tough for the defenders to one-on-one keep up with the Stillwater forwards.
Fred Cove crosses it in, and that is going to go off of a Spud defender. It's going to be an own goal here, as quickly into the second half, about in the 3rd minute, Stillwater extends their lead now to 4-0 on an own goal.
Yeah, that's what they call unlucky in soccer. I think it's was it Strom that was back there defensively, was in good position, tried to make a clear ball, get that out of danger. But it just went off the shin pad the wrong way, and there was nothing Rice could do. It's just one of those fluke plays. You got to shake it off and get back after it. It's going to happen sometimes, and unfortunately it happened to the Spuds right there. That wasn't Strom, I'm sorry.
Casabud.
Yep.
Yeah, there is an error in the program. Chloe Strom is on the program as 15, but she is graduated last year, and Kate Casabud plays 15 this year. So here's a through ball opportunity, kicked away there by Kleppe, bounces around, and that hops up. We got a new goalkeeper. That is Hadley Johnson for Stillwater, playing in goal now for the Ponies. Here's Fred Cove with speed, coming through the middle. Here's a shot, and that one's high over the bar. But the Stillwater Ponies, they get in anywhere within 10 yards of the top of the penalty area, and they're letting them fly.
Yeah, they have no qualms about taking shots from far out. And, maybe they've done some homework and looked at the Spud roster and saw, okay, we've got maybe a new goalkeeper, some new defenders. Let's test them. So anytime you see the football lines out there, anytime they're within that 20-yard line, they're going to let it fly.
Possession here. Here's Kleppe playing it forward. Bartosh plays it to the outside for Notch. Good through ball. Really well done. Right-footed, just off the outside of her foot was Luca Johnson, but what a nice play there, connecting on 3 passes to get in deep on the Moorhead goal and just putting that one wide.
Yeah, some nice touches there by Stillwater. You can see why they're such a good team and so disciplined, and the pass was right on the mark, and Stillwater did a good job of getting a shot on goal, because it was defended pretty well at the point of attack there, but Stillwater still got a shot.
Annie Craig battling for it, comes away with it. That was pushed forward just enough for Kleppe to come up, and then a touch to the outside by Sharp, is off the mark, and it'll be a throw in for Stillwater.
Krieg was looking to try to spring Zanotti on a break there, but again, defended so well. The player on Zanotti even fell back about 5 yards to give some room, so they're not going to let Zanotti get behind him. Again, they've probably done some homework, and they know who they're playing, and they weren't going to let anybody pass that defensive line.
Bouncing around the middle. Here's Fred Cove now near side notch. Good turn. She plays it to the outside, connecting there with Smith. Running up the wing, now into the penalty area. Right-footed shot is wide. She had a lot of room on that near side. She tried to pick the corner, but it sails wide.
Again, that's where Rice is going to learn a little bit about positioning and where she needs to be. She was on, if we're looking at it and you're looking at it at home, she was on that far side of the goal. She needs to come over, maybe come out a little bit, cut that angle off, and get toward the near side and close up that open gap in the net.
Well, and part of that is she's given up a couple of goals to that far post, and
sure.
So maybe shielding that way. This one, Fred Cove sends one to the near side just wide. That didn't miss by much.
No, and that's just a good shot right there, knowing where the goalkeeper is in good position, and she sends it to the opposite post because the goalkeeper, I don't care who it is, doesn't have a chance at it. The shot went wide, but that's just a good idea, good shot right there.
Spuds restart on the goal kick, but it's taken right back by Brooke Nelson into the penalty area, and that one runs out, and it is over the end line, so it'll be a goal kick for the Spuds. Spuds looking to get restarted quickly. They'll come near side for Dronen. Little heavy touch to the middle, but she catches up with it. Trying to go far side. That was a good run there by Krieg, but the Ponies take it back. Possessed now by Notch. Notch tries to send a through ball for Nelson into the middle, and there's a shot and a goal. Very nice. Nicely done. Nelson put it back into the middle for Johnson, and she made no mistake putting it past the keeper, Rice, and it's 5-0 Stillwater.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that. That's just nice passing right there. Nelson with the pass. You have the instinct where you want to shoot it on goal when you get it that deep, but she passed it actually behind the play. It was an onside play and just a nice touch and a nice goal right there. It's just really good passing by Stillwater.
Yeah, in the 7th minute here in the second half, so the 47th minute. And it's 5-0. Here's Dronen. Taken away from her by Nelson. Nelson sends a through ball up for Johnson. Johnson just off sides. We don't quite have the angle that we did in the first half, so I'm not sure. It was close, but
I think it was. I think that play was there about a second earlier. Johnson made a nice diagonal run for Stillwater. I think the pass was just a little bit delayed. Maybe the player didn't see her making that diagonal run, but again, they're getting free on those runs and putting a lot of pressure on the Spud defense.
Bonilla takes it away from Johnson. She's into the penalty area. Here's a shot. Rice makes a save, comes out in front, and right to Johnson. Luca Johnson made no mistake, and she's got back-to-back goals here in the 47th and 48th minute, and Stillwater leads at 6-0.
You look at that play right there, and Rice gave up a rebound, and again, that's something that she'll have to try to clean up a little bit, but it was a nice initial save. But at the end of that play, there were 5 Spuds right around the goal and 3 offensive players for Stillwater. So those defenders have got to mark a body and get on somebody and not let those rebounds too. And again, good pressure by Stillwater. They're in the right place at the right time. But good lessons here, at least early on. Hey, it's game number 1 for Moorhead, and they're getting a really good test and hopefully starting to figure some things out defensively and what they need to do. But that was good pressure by Stillwater. But for the Spuds, you gotta know where those white jerseys are.
Yeah, and that's hard to do when you're watching your goalkeeper. You end up with your back to the play,
yep.
and so to turn that around and try to mark a player is something that the Spuds will definitely work on as they try to get out of their own defensive third. Here's a shot, and that's going off. Rice makes a save, and off the post. She comes out and knocks it down, and she's able to get possession.
Well, a good recovery there by Rice, but again, she found herself on that far side of the goal. She did a good job to get a hand on that and get it off the post, and then even a better job to go out and get that ball aggressively, go right through the other player and get that ball. So a nice save there by Rice.
What you have to like is the effort.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
there's no give up there. She saw that it was off the post and not in the net, and she immediately went after it. Stillwater right back on the attack. Brooke Nelson with possession, sends it into the penalty area. Coming up, here's a shot, stopped by Rice. She's able to gather it up.
Again, no rebound there, which was key. She made that initial stop, and that's going to be big.
Yep, and again, Bonilla coming in on a run unmarked. Was able to get a foot on it. Here's a high bounce. Casabud tries to play it away, but Kleppe is there. Plays it back for Wilczek. Annie Krieg doing a nice job coming back to help out. Keeps it in play. Johnson turns it over to Bonilla. Bonilla with position to the outside. Tries to get in. Johnson got a foot on it. And I believe that's going to be a corner. Indeed.
Yeah, Johnson did a good job there to at least put an end to that play because Bonilla was getting the corner on her. But Johnson, giving up a lot of size to Bonilla, has done a good job on her, I think, most of the night. You'd rather take your chances with a corner kick here than get a player with a free run at the goalie.
Here's the service. Off ahead and over play. I think that was Bonilla that got ahead on it and over the bar. So again on the Burt's Truck Equipment scoreboard, it's 6-0 Stillwater as time runs here in the second half.
Well, Stillwater just opens the second half, and it just feels like it's relentless offensively. And the Spuds need to just try to settle things down a little, get some possessions going, kind of control the ball a little bit, and you know, their goalie's just getting peppered here early in the second half. And if they can just flip the field once or twice and get something going in the offensive end, you think they could hopefully settle things down. But Stillwater is just such a relentless team offensively.
And again, they're winning those loose balls. Tweeten tries to keep it in. Krieg had it for a moment. It runs out of play, but the Spuds will have a throw in along the far side. Johnson will come up for the Spuds, and she'll throw it into the middle. That is off the back of Casabud. And now tried to play it through to Johnson, but retreating is Clem. She'll play it back for Rice. Off to the far side for Johnson. Johnson with a touch. Bonilla gets it into the penalty area. Good touch there on her left foot. Dribbles it in. Here's a passing across the middle and onto the foot of Brooke Nelson, who taps it in. No chance for Rice. And just like that on the Burt's Truck Equipment scoreboard, it's Stillwater 7 and Moorhead 0.
Yeah, another nice passing play there. Nelson had it right along the touch line there, just about out of bounds, but had the presence and the patience to wait and look for a defender who was running right down the middle of the field. And the pass again of 4 or 5 yards behind where the ball originally was, but right on the mark to an open offensive player, and the striker puts the ball in the back of the net.
Spuds will make a substitution here. Alexis Olderbach coming in for Paige Johnson. Johnson has been run ragged along that far side trying to match up with Bonilla. There's a little combination passing here for the Spuds. They maybe have something going forward. That pass behind Tweeten and taken back by the Ponies. Fred Cove plays a through ball. Bonilla trying to run onto it, but Rice will get there and scoop it up for the Spuds.
You know, this is a tough game like this to open for the Spuds. They know exactly who they're playing against, and then you look up at the scoreboard, and it can kind of be demoralizing, but you're playing in front of a new coach as well, and the coach wants to see, hey, who's gonna give some effort here for the full game, and who's gonna do everything they can to try to get something positive going here for our team.
Well, Dronin carried it deep into the corner, but it was defended nicely there by Smith. This throw in into the penalty area comes back out. Smith will knock it out of play. Spuds will have another opportunity on the throw-in. Zanotti looking for help. She'll play it out to Bernstrom. Bernstrom had it kicked away. The Spuds will still have that throw-in. That was Bartosh. Now in for Casabud. Battles for it. Stepped on the ball. Bartosh tries to clear it away and finds its way to Johnson. Johnson plays a through ball looking for Bonilla. Just into the game, Olderbach plays it back for Rice. Spud goalkeeper Ella Rice will send it up along the far side, looks for Krieg. It was off of her. Here's Fred Cove now for the Ponies. Near side, angled run, defended well there by the Spuds. And here's a left-footed shot, and that is up and over the head of Rice. Long-range shot there by Maya Notch, and she's able to put it under the bar. And on the Burt's Truck Equipment scoreboard, it's 8-0.
Yeah, Notch with the shot there, and you could almost see her just lining that one up. She had a lot of time. Spuds couldn't get a defensive player there quick enough, you know, and Notch had all the time in the world. And when you get that kind of time, even from 15 yards out, Stillwater's just too dangerous, and they put another one in the back of the net.
Zanotti will restart. Back to Tweeten. Tweeten tries to send it back, but it's knocked down there by Wells. Taken back here by Sharp. Good dribbling there, getting around, moving through a couple of Ponies. Now she'll try to send Zanotti on, but coming out to knock it down is Hadley Johnson, goalkeeper for Stillwater.
Actually, good opportunity there for the Spuds, trying to spring Zanotti on a little bit of a break. Ball just a little bit too far. When you're on this turf, that ball just rolls and rolls and rolls, and sometimes just won't slow down enough for you.
Yeah, it takes some pretty good timing to send that ball through and allow your striker to run on. And, you know, it takes good positioning as well. And the Spuds will get better and work on that as the season goes on. Spuds little handball there on Stillwater, so the Spuds will get the free kick, sending that one through to Dronin. Gathered up Grace Schwach, and that one does run out of play. And the Spuds will bring Isabella Watsky in. Caden Sharp will come out and get a rest. Approaching 23 minutes left here, second half. Zanotti with the throw. Connects there with Tweeten. Now the cross. Johnson is out and knocks it down for Stillwater, and she will slow it down now and let her team push upfield.
So that was a good throw-in play right there for the Spuds. Zanotti threw it in, got the ball back from her teammate, and was in position to put a nice cross up there, but there was only one Spud striker that was in the box anywhere. And, you know, again, instinctively you feel like you got to play back a little bit because you got to help out on defense. And, you know, here come the Ponies again. But just not a lot of help in the box for Moorhead to try to get anything going offensively.
The Stillwater on their attack, they're finding the gaps between the Moorhead defense, and then their strikers are quick enough to get beyond and then run onto those through balls, and it's just killing the Moorhead defense as they try to turn and then pick up players. Again, you see a cross by Brooke Nelson that was sent wide by Cassie Wells. Another great scoring opportunity for Stillwater. Off the goal kick now. Sails through, bounces past Kleppe. She'll play it back to Johnson, the goalkeeper. Now out wide. Collected. And pushed up to the Moorhead defensive line. Skips past Retzer. She'll turn it to the outside now, and it'll run out. Throw in for Stillwater. Along the far side. All Seams not able to keep it in play, and so it'll be a goal kick again for the Spuds.
Well, again, you look offensively for the Spuds, and everyone is kind of back for Moorhead in a defensive position except for Zanotti, as she is kind of on her own out here, and it's going to be a mismatch for Stillwater in favor of them, and here we'll see what happens.
Nice play there by Annie Krieg, settling. She's 1-on-2. Now trying to use her speed. Run off the play there by Grace Schwach. And sent back the way of Stillwater. Collected by Alseams. And out of play off of the Spuds. Stillwater throws it in. Taken back by Tweeten. And then looked like Stillwater got a foot on it indeed.
Yep.
So it'll be a Moorhead throw-in along the far side. Trying to start quickly. Throws it in. Watsky. Far side Krieg. And it'll be another Moorhead throw. So sometimes inching your way up the field via throw-ins is not a bad thing either.
No, not at all, as long as you can go in that direction.
And this one's turned back by Stillwater. Good hustle back there by Watsky. Taken away by Krieg. Now into the middle. Good touch there by Mara Christensen, but taken back by the Spuds. Here's Zanotti. She tries to change fields. It was knocked down by Wilhouse a little bit, but Zanotti keeps it moving forward. Still kept in. Dronin tried to give a return pass off the mark, and here comes Stillwater. Out on top, Christensen. Now along the far side, played out by Alseams. Good hustle by Krieg. Alseams now working away around the defender into the penalty area. Here's a pass into a dangerous spot. Good presence there by Bernstrom to not just boot it away. Here's Dronin. Through the legs. Will it stay in? Looks like it's going to. But the Ponies get there and play it back to the keeper. Schwach to Johnson. Johnson will play it out to the far side. Wilczek tried to connect out there. Spuds will restart quickly, trying to pressure the Ponies here in their defensive third. And that'll be a goal kick for Stillwater.
Good pressure there by Sydney Tweeten. Coming from, which I assume is her midfield spot, it looks like, to, force another opportunity, at least for the Spuds. I thought they pointed to goal kick too, but.
Yeah, the center official did, and the near side AR did not. So this will be a breakdown sports corner kick, and the Spuds have restarted quickly. Here's Zanotti into the penalty area. The shot, that one is deflected away. Nice save there by Johnson. First time she's been tested tonight.
Best chance offensively of the night for the Spuds, and I think the first shot opportunity for Zanotti as well. And you can see why she's so dangerous. The goaltender had to make a nice diving save there to keep that one out of the net.
Back-to-back breakdown sports corner kicks. Here's Zanotti curling it in into the middle, bouncing around. Here's Bernstrom. She'll volley it in. Johnson comes out to make the catch.
Yeah, Bernstrom just trying to get it back into the dangerous area, but the Johnson does a nice job to come out and take charge of the situation and grab the ball and cover up.
Good punt all the way over midfield. High bounce. Trying to settle it is Retzer. Now another through ball. This one will get all the way to Rice. Good recognition there by Ella Rice to come out and play that one. 17 minutes to go, second half. On the Birch Truck Equipment scoreboard, it's Stillwater 8, Moorhead nothing. The defending state champions with a lot of senior leadership here this year. Zanotti heads it forward. Tweeten trying to get possession, but defended so well, as it has been all night. Now out to the far side, Lauren Wilhouse.
Yeah,
plays it up.
Wilhouse just blocking out with her body there. The Ponies defender, kind of like a block out in basketball there, just shielding the Moorhead player from the ball and doing a nice job of able to turn it around and go back the other direction.
Throw in now for Stillwater. Good touch forward. Now out to the middle. Playing a little bit of possession, but that one will run out. Spuds are going to make some substitutions. Haley Stordahl will come in. Hallie Steen and Gracie Tibiatowski. Throw into Tibiatowski. She tries to turn, but Stillwater turns it back. There's a good through ball. Just outside the penalty area. Pushed forward. That was Olderbach along the far side. Now it'll be a throw in now for the Spuds. Olderbach will get things started. Throws it into the middle. Wells knocks it down for Stillwater. Plays it out to Bartosh. Now along the far side, here's the cross. That looked like it could have been a handball in the box. I think the center official had some traffic in front, didn't quite see it.
Yeah, and I think the linesman, his flag flinched, and maybe they just thought, I didn't see anything.
Yep, not quite sure. Not conclusive. So Zanotti on a run, but it leaves the ball behind. Now stepping forward is Tibiatowski, tries to play Zanotti. She hustles on. Nice play there by Kleppe. Kleppe back to Johnson. They play catch back there. And now lifting it over and connecting near side with Schwach. Good 1-2 combination. Hustling on there is Clem. She'll play it out.
Yeah, good play by Clem right there. She beat the offensive player to the ball. There's really not much she could do with that, and you might as well get a restart, and it turned out in Moorhead's favor here.
Schwach sent that one into the penalty area, and Rice gathered it up for the Spuds, and she'll move it forward. And here's the punt. Kind of skipped past a couple of players. Popped back up into the air. Comes down at the feet of Christensen. She plays it out. Here's the cross. Up and over, off the bar. The Stillwater Ponies are there, and that one's off the bar, off of Rice. Still not cleared. Here's a shot, and that one goes wide. That might have been off the Spuds. Indeed, it was. Blocked out in front. And so Stillwater will have a corner kick.
Well, I thought it was just hockey where the post is the goalie's best friend, but it might be tonight too, because Rice has had a couple of them knock off the post this evening. But, you know, a good awareness by her to know where the ball was, to make an initial save and another one, and you know where the ball's coming off that post.
Here's the cross. Off of Bernstrom. Out to the top of the 18. Knocked down, sent right back in. Cleared out. Still in danger there. Kuda. She sends that one high and over. Goal kick, Moorhead. Spuds will get things restarted here with just under 13 minutes to play. Second half.
You know, another thing, you look at the goal kick there, you have the Spuds defender waiting to kick, and most of the Spuds are standing in one spot. And, you know, if you're waiting to kick, you're kind of going, you guys got to give me something. And I know it's a demoralizing game right now for the Spuds, and it's tough, but, you know, you've got to give your teammates some options and move around and give them some options to pass to and try to make something happen here.
Well, and that's one of the hardest things, especially when you've got a young, you know, inexperienced
Absolutely.
team here for the Spuds, outside of, you know, Zanotti and a couple of players in the middle that saw some time last year, but moving off of the ball, and that's what opens things up. And you see that's what Stillwater does so well.
Yep,
is
definitely.
moving off of the ball and making runs.
Definitely. And yeah, you just look at the jerseys and where they are, and the white jerseys right now, how many of them are moving, trying to give their teammates someone to pass to. The Spuds will learn that. This is a good opportunity for them. And frankly, the Spuds last year were on the other side of almost every game like this. And you know, it was a weird situation. We talked about that. There wasn't anything they could do. The schedule was what it was. But a lot of those games, they don't make you any better. This is going to make the Spuds better. It doesn't matter what the score ends up as. They're going to be a better team coming out the other side of this. It's not any fun to be on this end of it, but you know what? It's not that great to win 11-12 nothing either. They're going to learn a lot from this, and they're going to come out, I think, a better team.
Well, no question. Coach Evenson's going to have lessons for the players, and the good thing is they get to turn around and play again tomorrow, hosting Osseo. Right here at Jim Goda Stadium. So Spuds TV will be inside the pool covering girls swimming, but the Spuds will be out on the turf playing soccer once again, this time against Osseo.
You know, and that's probably one of the better things about a game like this is if you have one just 12 hours later, you get it out of your mind. Forget about it. Let's learn the lessons from it, but put it out of the mind. It's a good team. let's move on. Let's build off of some of the things that we can do that we saw positive in this game, and go forward and get another game under our belt.
Because there have been glimpses of good for the Spuds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of good things you can take from it. I mean, they had some good possessions in the first half. I think Rice has done some really good things in goal for basically, one of her earliest opportunities to play varsity goaltender here. And even defensively, I thought in the first half, I thought they played really well defensively. I think Stillwater will just break you down. And by the midpoint of that first half, we saw a lot of the through balls getting through, a lot of the diagonal runs working for Stillwater. And they were just coming at you in waves. But I think defensively, I thought they played pretty well in the first half.
Yeah, without a doubt. And like you said, Scott, they just keep coming at you. And that's where, when you're getting worn down, especially through the midfield, and then your defenders can't turn and catch up, that's where, you allow a couple of goals in the final 3 minutes. And all of a sudden, what was a 1-0 game looked like you were going into halftime. Now you're down 3-0.
Right.
And then they come out the second half and jump all over you and put this one out of reach. So the Spuds will continue to battle here through this one as it bounces around the middle, headed forward, high into the air now, settling and clearing it to the midfield is Watsky. That one bounces up, catches Zanotti. She'll possess now at midfield. Here's a through ball, trying to run on. Johnson comes out and will kick it out of harm's way. Skips along, tried to keep it in along the near side. There was Nell Smith, but Spuds will have a throw-in. Playing on to Zanotti. She tried a little back heel flick, but it stopped right where it was. And now the Ponies pressuring on. Christensen towards the penalty area, now on her left foot. Shielded off the play. Casaba did a nice job to let that one run out, and that'll earn a goal kick for the Spuds.
Yeah, good job by Casaba there to keep the striker away from the ball, just get a goal kick and play box out there a little bit for a while.
Good settle along the near side by Casaba. Tries to play it back to Bernstrom. That one was a little bit off target. Bernstrom catches up to it. Good positioning there on that pass. And Wells will knock it out of play for Stillwater. Zanotti thought about a quick restart. Now she'll throw it into the middle. Connecting there with Watsky. Taken back by Wilhouse. Plays it back. Bonilla. That one is intercepted. Slowing it down now was Stordahl. And into the middle. Good step along the far side there by the Stillwater defense. This one will run out of play, though. And the Spuds will have a throw in. Approaching 7 minutes left, second half. It's been all Stillwater in this one outside of a couple of opportunities for the Spuds. Zanotti had a nice look about 10 minutes ago. And the goalkeeper, Hadley Johnson, had to make a big save. Johnson again coming out to play this one. Gets past everyone. Kept in along the far side. Good hustle there. Angling now at the top of the 18. Here's a shot. Christensen didn't get all of that one, and Ella Rice will come over and possess here for the Spuds.
Well, one thing I think the Spuds have improved on here as the game has gone on is their offensive opportunities. The Stillwater defense has been so tight and the goaltending has been so good and aggressive, but I think they've found some through balls that might be able to work as the season goes on. They found some openings, found some runs, and those will connect as the season goes on. It's just when you're trying that against a defense and a goaltender like this, it hasn't been so successful, but I think they'll work as the season goes on. This probably will be the best team that they play all season. Who knows? But again, a good test early on for the Spuds to learn a few things.
Without a doubt, and the Spuds here will end up with a goal kick. Again, Stillwater still shooting from long range. And the goal kick to restart here for Moorhead. Skips all the way past into the back line. Fred Cove will play it back to Johnson. Johnson way out beyond the 18. Settles it down, surveys the field.
You notice on a kick like that, a goal kick like that, Zanotti would have been the only player up, but even she is coming back now and playing a more defensive position just because their teammates need the help back there.
Yeah, Tibiatowski tried to push that one through, but it, again, deflected off of the defensive line of Stillwater. There's a nice turn to the inside, into the penalty area. Lays it off for Wells. Just elevated that one a little bit too much. It'll be a goal kick for Moorhead.
Yeah, nice touch and a nice look there for Stillwater. The shot just a little too high. Player leaning back a little bit too far. Put it through the uprights instead of a little bit lower. But just the patience for Stillwater is very impressive so far.
Goal kick sent into the middle. Settled down. Good turn there by Sharp. Tibiatowski tried to play it forward. Knocked away by Wells. It'll be a throw in for Moorhead. Approaching 4 minutes left. Throw in goes over the head of Hallie Steen and off of Stillwater and out of play. Zanotti throws it in. Steen gets bumped off the play, and here's Wells in possession now for Stillwater. She'll play it towards the middle. Good step there by Cassabud. Battling forward in the midfield is Watsky. Goes out to the far side. Johnson. Good turn into the middle. Here's Fred Cove. Will play it back to Johnson, the goalkeeper. Back out to Fred Cove. She'll send it through beyond the Moorhead defensive line. Cassabud hustling back. She'll get there, and she'll play it out to the side. And that will roll out beyond the end line, so it will be a goal or a corner kick for Stillwater.
That's a play. Maybe, Rice was contemplating whether or not I come out that far to try to get that ball, and Cassabud, maybe could have passed it back to her, and Rice could have cleared it. But, again, the safe play, at least for now. But Stillwater's been very good on the corner kicks. They do a good job of putting it just in the right spot. It's like right in the middle of the goal, about 8 yards out.
Here's the service, back post. Kept in far side by Johnson. She keeps it in the penalty area. Still in play. Here's a shot off the post and in. That was a rocket from just inside the 18. I could not catch the number. We'll try to get it here.
I think that was 15, it's looking like.
Schwach?
Yeah, I think so. And that,
yes, indeed.
That Rice, there's not much she can do about that. And again, about that shot. I mean, that off the post and in, that's unstoppable if you're a goaltender. But what you hope is that the Moorhead defenders are finding these players and not letting those shots get off. So that's the one thing that I think Moorhead will have to concentrate on is let's find a body, okay? The corner kick went long, but they still retained possession, and we got to get people on a white jersey because those are the things that those second chances for Stillwater or any team that you're playing are going to kill you, and that's what happened right there. So bodying up after those plays go a different way initially is something that Moorhead's going to have to concentrate on.
Stillwater back on the attack, now into the penalty area, centering pass. That shot goes just wide, and it'll be a goal kick. That was Mara Christensen that sent that service toward goal. Going just wide as time running down now. Approaching 1 minute left to play. Zanotti flicks it forward. Possessed now again by Fred Cove. She'll send it back to Hadley Johnson. Back to Catherine Fred Cove. She'll play it out wide now for Schwach. Schwach sends a through ball. It'll be beyond everybody. Back to Rice. She'll scoop it up. Half a minute to go here in this opening match of the season. Dropped into the midfield. Fred Cove will try to head it forward. Stepping in was Sharp. Good turn there by Zanotti. Keeping possession. She's 1-on-2 though. He slows it down, and now we'll lose possession along the near side. Throw in for Stillwater.
Looked like she was trying to send Steen on a run there, but just couldn't get free enough to get a pass off and go downfield.
Now, there hasn't been a lot of open passing areas for the Spuds tonight, and that one ends as the time runs out on the season opener for both teams. Stillwater keeps things going as they're coming off a state championship. They'll move to 1-0. The Spuds will fall to 0-1. So thank you to Scott Peters for your help this evening, and to our staff, Libby Hovde, Nathan Olson, Brady Sari, Alex Ryan, and I'm Corey DeLorme. Thank you for being with us on Spuds TV. On the Birch Truck Equipment scoreboard, your final score, Stillwater 9, Moorhead nothing.